Dr. Case, thanks for meeting with me.
Nice to meet you.
I did some reading about you. One thing that I found that we connected on was that you discovered through tracing your ancestry that you were descended in part from the Yoruba people. And you were also surprised at the amount of European ancestry that was present in that ancestry as well. And so my question is, what did that do to how you view other ethnic groups like Jewish people, like anyone else that's different from yours?
Oh, that's a great question. My great-grandfather, we knew was fathered by a white man. That was well known. My great-great-grandmother had 5 kids. They all looked white. Mm-hmm. And she took the secret of their father's identity to her grave. She only told them that they all had the same father and that he was a white man. And it took all these years, man. It took C.C. Moore, the genetic genealogist, 4 years analyzing my DNA and all those DNA cousin matches on the website to find the guy. And a year ago, in the Gates family home in Cumberland, Maryland, halfway between Pittsburgh and Washington, 150 descendants of that lady gathered to learn the identity of our long-lost great-great-grandfather. And when you look around, you see there are Gateses with blue eyes, and Gateses with green eyes, and Gateses with straight hair, and Gateses that could have passed, and then Gateses who look like me, with fine brown, color and nice African features. So I was keenly aware of the variations of blackness in my own family. Though my father had one cousin who passed, it never occurred to him. Or my grandfather, it never occurred to them. They were proud to be Negro, even though they looked white, phenotypically white. So without learning it in school, as I eventually would, I was raised to understand that race was a social construct. That race was something that one embraced willingly or had imposed on one from the outside.
It's a construct.
Right.
Yeah.
Then if you study the history of the Jewish people, they're Ashkenazi Jews, they're Sephardic Jews. They're Jews that look like you and me. And they're Jews who look the opposite of you and me. That this social identity, when I was a graduate student in Cambridge, and near where you went to middle school, and I had a couple friends who happened to be Jewish. And I remember that they had a big argument one night about whether being a Jew was a religious term, a religious concept, or cultural concept. Yeah. And one of my friends said he wasn't even Jewish because to be Jewish meant that you had to be religious and you had to believe in Judaism. So he was just a human being. So years later, I get a phone call in the middle of the night. And it's this guy. And I said, "What's up?" And he said, "Oh, my wife just had a baby." And I said, "What'd you name the baby?" He said, "Moses." And I go, "Hey, I thought you weren't Jewish." He goes, "Oh man, that was back then." I think that having a cultural tradition that you can embrace and celebrate, but also transcend is very important because we are not just one thing. I ask my students, "What do you want on your tombstone? Here lies an African American." Is that the most important thing about you? It's one thing that's important about me, being an African American. But so is my newly discovered Irish great-grandfather. That's a key aspect of me. The fact that the Gateses were Episcopalian, that's key. The fact that I like to shoot pool. I love to fish, and I was raised fishing. I love to read literature. I was raised to be a doctor, but got a PhD in English, So I love science. I'm so glad that I have a TV show where DNA becomes important. But I love literature, and that's the thing that floats my boat. I think that the popularity of Finding Your Roots stems from 2 things. One, that it proves that we're a nation of immigrants, and the thing that made America great was that we're a nation of immigrants. Even our Native American sisters and brothers migrated across the Bering Strait 15,000 years ago. But the other thing is that at the level of the genome, we are 99.99% the same.
Absolutely.
And I think that defending the multiplicity in the definition of identity is key to producing a harmonious society. defending your right to choose your sexuality or to your religion, or not to walk away from religion, but to choose your friend and choose your allies across these supposedly fixed, essentialized boundaries, including your spouse,
Right.
if that's the way your heart goes.
Yeah.
I think that's important too. So, on the one hand, I love the embrace of cultural tradition. On the other hand, I will fight to my death against any essentialized notion of race, that it's a fixed thing, that you're locked in, and that you're, because I have some Yoruba in my DNA, that means I've inherited these cultural traits that I can, play the drum, talking drum like a Yoruba
That's a good
guy.
point, yeah.
That's like racist rubbish.
Sure.
And it's very important that we keep those two things in mind at the same time. The culture is a choice and can be embraced, and you don't have to look like the culture to embrace it or celebrate it, And I enjoy going to Seder's, but I know I'm not Jewish because gefilte fish, it's not going to happen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I equally despise okra.
Fair enough.
My father used to say,
I'm not a fan.
he said, "You don't eat Negro," he used to say,
Yeah.
"we don't like okra. What's wrong with you?" So we can laugh about these things, but we're talking about the right of choice, the right to embrace the things that you value, the things that you love, and not to be pigeonholed, not to be defined as this is black or not black. What you like Beethoven and you don't like Coltrane, so you're not black enough? That's ridiculous. You like bridge and not bid whist? Come on, give me a break.
Yeah.
We have to fight for the right to be individual, no matter what our color.
Multiple things.
Yeah.
I think what you're speaking to more than anything is the right to be able to define for yourself what you are and what the full spectrum of what you are is.
Sure.
Right. I appreciate you expounding so much on that, and I appreciate you spending some time with me, Dr. Gates.
Oh, I enjoyed it.
Absolutely.
That was
Likewise.
great. Thank you.